Hey guys, welcome to another week of Health Through Literacy. This week we're going to read the story, The Little Mouse, the Red Ripe Strawberry, and the Big Hungry Bear by Don and Audrey Wood, illustrated by Don Wood, and read today by myself, Brittany Mitchell. Before we begin, let's take a moment to notice the cover of our story today. What do you see? Well, I see a little mouse on a ladder and a big red strawberry. And strawberries are my favorite fruit. Do you have a favorite fruit? Awesome! It's important to eat fruits every single day. What's your favorite fruit? Yum! That sounds so yummy. Who would you share your favorite fruit with? Wow, my favorite fruit is strawberries, and I would share strawberries with my family and my friends. What do you think the mouse is going to do with the big red strawberry? Wow, we're going to have to read more to find out. But do you think the little mouse is going to share the strawberry? Well, we're going to have to read more to find out to see if he's going to share the strawberry. But before I begin reading our story today, as I read the story, I want you guys to see if you can act out the different emotions of the little mouse. So before we begin the story, let's practice some emotions. Show me your happy face. Give me a big smile. Awesome. Show me your scared face. How about your sad face? Show me your silly face. Awesome. So we're going to see a lot of emotions from the little mouse as I read. I want you guys to see if you can act out the different emotions he's feeling. And you did an awesome job. And I think we're ready for our story. The little mouse, the red ripe strawberry, and the big hungry bear. The little mouse, the red ripe strawberry, and the big hungry bear. By Don and Audrey Wood, illustrated by Don Wood, and read today by Brittany Mitchell. Hello, little mouse. What are you doing? Oh, I see. Are you going to pick that red, ripe strawberry? But little mouse, haven't you heard about the big, hungry bear? Oh, how that bear loves red, ripe strawberries. The big, hungry bear can smell a red, ripe strawberry a mile away. Especially one that has just been picked. Boom, boom, boom. The bear will tromp through the forest on his big, hungry feet and sniff, sniff, sniff. Find the strawberry. No matter where it is hidden, or who is guarding it, or how it's disguised. Quick, there's only one way in the whole wide world to save a red, ripe strawberry from the big, hungry bear. cut it in two. Share half with me. And we'll both eat it all up. Yum. Now that's one red ripe strawberry the big hungry bear will never get. The end. Alright guys, now for some after story questions for today's story. The little mouse, the red ripe strawberry, and the big hungry bear. My first question is, how did the little mouse try to keep the red ripe strawberry from the big hungry bear? Do you remember some things he did to try to keep the red ripe strawberry safe from the big hungry bear? If you think you know, you can tell a family member or somebody sitting next to you what you remember the little mouse did. Yeah, he did a couple things. I remember in the story, he tried to hide the red ripe strawberry. He tried guarding it, and he also tried giving the red ripe strawberry a disguise. Who do you think the little mouse shared the strawberry with? I think that the little mouse was trying to share the strawberry with me. Who do you think he was trying to share it with? Cool. What do you think the word disguise means? Earlier, I said that the little mouse tried disguising the red ripe strawberry. Remember? So, what do you think the word disguised means? Well, it means to wear something so that somebody wouldn't notice you easily. So we often do it if you go trick-or-treating on Halloween. We wear disguises like masks or costumes so that people won't know who we are. Have you ever disguised yourself? Cool. What did you do to disguise yourself? Awesome. My last question for today is, do you think the big hungry bear would recognize the little mouse and the red ripe strawberry in its disguise? Maybe he wouldn't. Thanks for joining us today, and stay tuned for today's curriculum connection, which will be a math focus. Alright guys, now for our curriculum connection for the story of the little mouse, the red ripe strawberry, and the big hungry bear. This week's curriculum connection is for all my math all-stars out there. Today we are going to do an I do. So I want you guys to watch me how I solve this math problem. We'll be practicing our graphing skills today. And then we're going to do a problem together, and then I'm going to send you off to do a problem by yourself. So for I do, I want to talk about, in today's story, we saw the mouse hiding, disguising, guarding, and sharing his red ripe strawberry. And we know strawberries are fruit, but there's other types of fruits that are berries. So I brought some examples for you guys. So we know from today's story, the strawberry, yum, strawberries. And then there's blueberries. Blueberries are another berry fruit. And then another berry fruit are raspberries, yum. So for today's I do, we're going to practice our graph. So when we have a graph, there's always a title. We have a y-axis that's going straight up and down, the y-axis. And then the x-axis is going straight across like the sun is rising. So the title of our graph today is Our Favorite Berry. And on the y-axis, that's the line that's going straight up and down, I'm going to put numbers. So I'm going to number 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm starting at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is all the way up at the top. Now what you could do is draw lines in between the numbers. If that is easier for you. And I always do my math problems in pencil because pencil is easy to erase. So when we do the we do and the you do, you'll need a piece of paper and preferably a pencil because in math, it's easy to make mistakes and it's easy to erase if we're using a pencil. So I drew my lines across because sometimes that helps me so I don't get confused on the numbers. And then on the x-axis, the one that goes straight across like the sun is rising, I'm going to label our berries. Remember, the graph is our favorite berries. So we talked about strawberries. So I wrote strawberry and I even drew a picture. Blueberry, I drew a picture of some blueberries. And raspberry. So I drew a picture of a raspberry. So there were 3 columns for our favorite berry. So I have some names that I'm going to put in for students that voted for their favorite berry. So for strawberries, I have Jamal, Miguel, Kennedy, Peyton, and Johnny. Okay. And then, so I don't get confused, I can draw a line straight up and down in between strawberry and raspberry. Or blueberry, I'm sorry. And we can also draw a line in between blueberry and raspberry. So this time we have 3 lines going up and down. So I wrote my names for the votes for favorite berry strawberry. I have Jamal, Miguel, Kennedy, Peyton, and John A. So how many students love strawberries? Well, the names fill up 5 spaces. 5 spaces. So 5 students love strawberry. Now, I'm going to write names for students that voted for blueberries as their favorite berry. So I have Moore, Maria, Jose, and Chris. Okay? So Moore, Maria, Jose, and Chris. This time, I only have 4 students vote for blueberries. So I'm going to draw a line over Chris's name, and that's for 4 blueberries. All right, and now my last column, the graph, is raspberries. So for raspberries, I have Amna, Amari, and Michael. And all together, I have Amna, Amari, and Michael. I have 3 names, so 3 votes for raspberry as their favorite fruit. See, I made a mistake. I can easily erase. All right. And if you want, so today we made a bar graph. We practiced writing names. But if you want to make it easier, I drew a line on top of the names. But you could also shade it in with different colors. The strawberries are red, blueberries are blue, and raspberries you can put a pinkish color in there. So that's our graph. Now we're going to practice graphing together in a we do. All right, for our we do today, you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil because it's easy if we make mistakes, we can erase. For our we do, let's start with setting up our graph. Do you remember some things that I had in my graph? Well, we always want to have a title. So the title usually goes at the top. Sometimes it can go at the bottom, but it's easier if we put it at the top. So our title is our favorite berry. All right, so we're writing our favorite berry at the top. Our favorite berry, O-U-R, favorite, F-A-V-O-R-I-T-E, and berry, B-E-R-R-Y. Once we have our title, then we can draw our graph. Remember, there's a long line going up and down. Saving a little space, then we're going to shoot off and go to the side. So it should look like a big L. Once we have that, do you remember what we call this line? Going up and down is the y-axis. Y. And then when we go across, like the sun is rising up, that is the, do you remember the letter? X-axis. Okay, so now what are we going to put on the y-axis? We're going to do it similar to my graph that I made. Do you remember what I put on the line, the y-axis going up and down? Well, remember I numbered 1, 2, good job, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you remember what I put on the x-axis going straight across? Remember, it's called our favorite berry. And what berries did we talk about? We talked about our strawberry. So you can write the word strawberry, or you can draw a picture of a strawberry. On the first spot, strawberry. Okay. And then, what did we have next? Blueberries. So you can write the word blueberries, or you can draw, or do both. So we're going to draw a couple blueberries. All right. And our last berry we're going to do is raspberry. Berry, yum. All right, draw our raspberry. Cool. Raspberry. All right, and then we can draw a line going up and down in between strawberry and blueberry. and the raspberry. And then if it's easy for you, you can put lines in between the numbers straight across. So 1, straight across. And if you have something to make it a little more straight, like a ruler or another piece of paper, you can do that too. Because in math, we want to try to be as neat as we can so we don't get confused. So, for the We Do today, I'm going to read you a story problem, and I want you to see if you can graph our story problem today. So, the story problem says, 6, number 6, children like strawberries the best. So, let's find strawberries. And what are we going to shade up to? How many kids like strawberries? 6. So let's go up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in the strawberry column, you can shade all the way up to the number 6, just like that. Awesome. And now our next berry is the blueberry. So 5 children like blueberries the best. How many? 5. Good. So let's shade in 1, shade in 2, shade in 3, 4, and 5. Good job. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our last berry is raspberry. And 4 children like raspberries the best. How many? 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so your graph should look something like this. Good job, guys. Now let's go to our You Do. All right, guys, for your You Do today, you're still gonna need a piece of paper and a pencil. And this time, I want you to do just like we did in the I Do and the We Do. We're going to make the graph the same. So the graph is going to be our favorite berry. You know how to set up the graph with the y-axis going up and down, the x-axis going across like the sun is coming up. And then we're going to number up and down 1 through 10, and we're going to write or draw strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. And this time, I want you to ask your family members what's their favorite berry. So this time, just like I did where I wrote in students' names, you're going to write family members' names. So let's say you go to your mom and her favorite berry is strawberries. So you write mom and strawberry, and you go to your dad and his favorite berry is blueberries. So you write dad and the first line for blueberry. Then you ask your sister, and she also likes strawberries, so then write your sister's name in the second column of the strawberry. And then you go ask your brother, and his favorite is raspberries, so then you write your brother's name in the first column of the raspberry. And so you're graphing your family's favorite berries. And once you're done, you can share it with the family, and then you might even want to put it on the refrigerator. Thank you guys for joining us today on our story and our math curriculum connection, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.